All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, everyone. Let me see if I can fix this thing. Can I move this thing going upwards? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh, that should be like that. Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Welcome to your you people, your show, whatever this is. Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? Maybe I should move over here. Maybe I should move the camera, or maybe the camera goes that way. I am a mess. I'm cooking a chicken. I just put the chicken in. I didn't even warm up the oven. I just put it in. 25 minutes for every. It's a large chicken. I don't believe in chicken. It's going to be a horrible chicken. It's going to be an okay chicken. I've already had chicken today. I went to the thank you very much. Jedster is here. Claire, beautiful Claire is here. Beautiful Carrie B is here. Beautiful Scott is here. Joe Warrior, Princess, always 37. 37 to me. So young, is here. Who else? Joodles. Beautiful Joodles is here. Um, is here. We're all Andrew Rubin. Who else? Who have I forgotten in this small list of people coming in late? Thank you for coming in. Get settled. Settle down, everybody. Settle down. I was in the whatchamacallit. I was at the advance event. Advance UK event. Was it the Advance UK event? Did you didn't hear the oven? I put it in the oven. You shouldn't have heard it because I didn't have the full I didn't have the audio input capture on the starting soon thing. So you shouldn't have heard it. If you did hear it, I'm going to have to investigate it. I'm going to have to investigate it. Anyway, so let's go. Maybe this goes like that, and this goes like that. Let's be like that. Anyway, you're watching it live. What happened? I was a bad boy. I went and I saw it. I saw the demonstrations the demonstration outside. Everybody had the same little placard, which means that they're probably all being paid because they got their own placard. They don't even have to make their own placard to protest this, being called Nazis. I become a member of Advance UK. How refreshing they are. Well, what did Tommy say? I didn't stop and see him. It was quite a surprise for me. Did you bother to unwrap the chicken? I think this chicken doesn't need to be unwrapped, but I did unwrap the chicken because you want to stay away from the chicken, the plastic poisons. Thank you, Jedster. Thank you for saying that. I did unwrap it. On the way home, I went to the chicken shop in New Cross and got. It's very nice chicken. Chicken is really amazing, as Dave Chappelle or maybe Chris Rock says or Dave Chappelle says. Who doesn't like chicken? Chicken is amazing, but is it as that's so funny. Is it as good as you think it's going to be? And I don't think it is. But it does taste absolutely delicious. It does taste delicious. I made it. My kids. I don't know what time my kids will be home today. Neither of my sons is hanging around here. Seasick. What? Because am I moving around too much, Joodles? Is that what you think is happening? I am a bit seasick. I did not sleep last night. If I have to wake up early in the morning, I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep, and I don't advocate taking sleeping pills. I mean, I sometimes do, but I don't. So I went to sleep, and I don't even know if I go to sleep. Is there an app that I could use that I could put on the bed that could tell me if I'm asleep? Do any of you people know about that? Lewis, my 100 garlic clove chicken is sublime. Okay, I'm against garlic, basically, but it sounds sublime. Anything that you make, Carrie B, I bet is really brilliant. I haven't seen all of Tommy yet, Lewis. Is he speaking now? but I've seen the protest about him. Everywhere he goes, bless him, some fat pink. There wasn't any fat pink-haired creatures there. There was one man dressed up as a woman. She had really kind of nice hair, kind of reddish. It wasn't even super reddish, but it was really nice hair in like kind of a bun. But she was a man. I don't care. I'm willing to bet on it. It was interesting to look at them. To look at them. What are they thinking? It's like suicidal empathy. What that guy came up with. What a great term. It's like we want the country dead. And I heard. So I got there. It was like an hour in there. Somebody interviewed people recognize. I go to the door and I say, "I'm Lewis Schaffer. I'm Leo Kerr." And she goes, "Oh, Lewis Schaffer," like she knew me. And she said, "You can come in, but you have to go around to the other entrance." So I went to the other door, and the guy there says, "Oh, I've got a picture of me with you." And Lewis Schaffer could be a celebrity. I could be a big, big, big celebrity. The protesters are disturbed people. Yeah, they believe in a certain thing. They believe in a certain thing. That's why you women are the most. It's easy for a man not to be a communist, but it's very hard for a woman not to be a communist. I'm not saying all women are communists. I'm not saying that. But it's very hard for women not to be communists. So for you guys to not be a communist is a major accomplishment, and that's why I love you women. That's why I love you women. That's what it's a bit scary because I look at women and I think, wow, you're really beautiful, but I bet you're a communist. I bet you're a communist. Garlic is so good for us, Carrie B. You want to know something? I know you're talking to Jedster, but I will interfere with that. It is not good for you. It is not good for you. You don't need garlic. Garlic is an antibiotic, but we need biome. We got the biome in our stomachs, do we not, Carrie B? So why, if you want to have a biome, why would you eat garlic? You need an Apple smartwatch, Lewis, to help monitoring your sleep or lack of it. Mine monitors everything during the sleep cycle, but you have to wear it, right, Andrew? You have to wear it, number one, and I am no longer an Apple guy. I'm no longer an Apple guy. I like Bill Gates. No, I don't. I do. I like Bill Gates. Anyway, true. Not so good for our social lives, though. Says Jedster. Speaking about garlic. I mean, is it bad? No. People smell garlic, and it says that reminds me of good cooking. Good for me keeps men away. Carrie B. I love how women are that way. They go, I don't want a man. I don't want a man. Well, Lewis Schaffer's a man. I'm a proud nationalist, Claire, and a traditional woman. I love England, and I believe in old-fashioned values. We all believe in old-fashioned values. Do you really believe that, Claire? Let's be honest. Do you believe in old-fashioned values? I don't. Look, I'm flirting with all you girls. I'm a bit of a slut. I'm a bit of or would be slut. I'd like to be a slut. I'd like to be that way, but I'm not that way. So what is old-fashioned values? You know, I mean, we're not going to talk about the anyway. So I got interviewed there for Southampton Times on Facebook. Do you know anything about Southampton Times on Facebook? Let me see if I can find that. Southampton Times on Facebook. It's called Southampton Times. Is it a newspaper, a video, or something like that? Do you guys know about this? Okay, here it is. Here it is. 46,000 followers. Oh, look, he's being interviewed. There's Leo, and where's Lewis? Not good. I mean, I'm going to. Look at the king. Look at that. I'm sorry, I got diverted here. I got diverted. Anyway, Anyway, okay. Ensure live chat is engaged. It is engaged. I got the live chat here, Scott. Sorry, I got distracted by looking for me on the Southampton Times thing. Yeah, you're only not that way because women won't let you, Lewis. What way? What way is that? Yes, well, that's basically true. That is the essence of things: is that women control men's behavior. Basically, is that what you're saying, Joodles? And I would love to be I would love to be on Jeffrey, whatever it is, Island. I would love to be on the. I would love to be there. I'd love to have girls come. I would do that. I mean, I'm not going to admit that. I'm not going to. Well, I'm not going to admit to. I'm admitting to it. I'm admitting to it. You are right. I'm admitting. I'm admitting to it. I think that I would if you said yes to me. You know what I mean. Remember, they lie about everything. If you love garlic, you are a vampire. Period. They do lie about everything. That is not true. 11 likes. Everybody like the stream. Thank you, John Van Dam. If they lie about everything, they lie about garlic. You know, Gar- why is garlic so popular? I don't know. I forgot. I haven't read much about. I've read a lot about garlic, but I forgot about it. But it's very. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Jeffrey Dahmer's Island, more like, yeah, I'd like to do that too. My mind, you know what, I could see myself in these positions where you let your mind wander, just go all over the place. That's all you want to do is you just want to, you know, K you want to delete people. You want to make love to people. You want to do all the horrible things. That's in Lewis Schaffer. That's in mine. I was almost said I can't even say my name. That's in Lewis Schaffer's mind. I want to. I want to be. I want to be evil, a bit evil, but I also want to be a great guy. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Lewis, would you visit Ease Island and collect the strewn clothes that were lying around? Yeah, of course I would. I mean, not for the strewn clothes. That's interesting that you say that, Chester. That's quite funny. Strangely, over the years, Joe says, men have tried to control my behavior. They failed. Well, also, men should control women's behavior because women can be unruly. Hi Ho Kermit is here. Hi Ho Kermit. Welcome back, Hi Ho Kermit. Oh, we're early after all. Yes, because I tell you what happened. I thought I was going to be at this thing for a really long time, and then I realized I'm not political. How can I be political? I'm not. You know what I mean? It's not my place to be political. And it was awkward because it was a big, huge room and it was well lit, and I'm walking around, and I got the feeling a lot of people knew me. A lot of people knew me, and I don't like when people come up to me. I mean, as I know Joodles would say, oh, you know, you're totally self attention seeking guy, but I didn't like that. Ron Smith is here. Okay. Who is they that's lying? I'm hanging washing out. I mean, the people who like plant-based foods. Who likes plant-based foods? The devil likes plant-based food. It was started with Adam and Eve. They blame the women for this, but I'm not sure it was the women. But Eve proposed eating an apple. That's when it all started. They want us to eat plants. They want us to eat plants, and plants are not the right food for us. Oh, now I'm all over the place. Full I can't use a clove. Full bulb in everything. Seriously, smash it in a pan. Easy to peel. Yeah, that's this whole myth of like garlic. Well, you've seen it in the Goodfellas where he's sitting there shaving the garlic. Carrie B says that I'm being paranoid about garlic. Yeah, I don't think it's great for you. I don't think it's great for you. I don't think it's necessary for you. If you just eat the right food, you don't need to have any additions to that food. I mean, a chicken is a chicken. Why does it need a billion bits of garlic? Celtic versus Dundee kicking off 5:30, says. And everybody say hello to Ron Smith. I've lost my thing. What did Joodles say? Because I know Joodles always likes, she likes to have a fight. She says she doesn't. I don't like a fight. I don't. She likes a fight. She likes a fight. Would I go to Jeffrey Dahmer's island more? I mean, sometimes I think about it. I think every one of us thinks about horrible thoughts. Yes, Jeffrey, yes. Garlic adds super taste. No, it is a flavor that we've just gotten used to. Meant to say was rushing. Joe is rushing. Okay, what did Palace play today? I didn't even check it. Lewis, you realize the apple was a euphemism, don't you? Eve corrupted Adam into sex is what it means. Could be that. Could be that. I see it as corrupted him into eating a plant-based diet, which had come when humans had developed insulin and the ability to digest plants. How about that? That's what I'm thinking. Now, you could say that sounds insane, Lewis. But it isn't corruptive. How is having sex corruption when all the animals do that too? Hi, Joe. Eat plants, but smoke them too. Julian, this is what Julian. Eat plants, but yes, you know what it is? You should treat plants like a drug. You know, you don't do it all the time. You do it for a little bit of a thrill, but it can harm you in the end. Lewis, no, you're thinking everyone knows who you are. No, I did not think that. I went to this thing. British people, they never stop you and go, oh my God, you're Lewis Schaffer. They don't do that. They don't do that. Julian has the joke. I still enjoy sex at 58. Unfortunately, I live at 59. So it's no distance. That's an old joke and a funny joke. But plants in the Bible weren't a bad thing. Well, some of them, were they a bad thing? Maybe they weren't, but Adam and Eve were the first humans in the Bible, right? Or were they? Were they the first humans? And they came at the time of the Velikovsky, that's the answer. Palace are playing tomorrow, but the Almighty, oh my God, you're winning. You've really done an amazing. I think I blame you for United winning, Joodles, with your United patriotism. Remember Shari Lewis, if I have her name right. Claire. Remember Shari Lewis. Shari Lewis. She had the thing about lamb chops. Lamb chops. That's right. She was a Jewish girl from Brooklyn. That's one of my people, basically. I don't know. She's dead now. I bet she's dead now. She's probably 100. She was like in the 1950s. Lamb chops. That's right. Did you get that here in this country? Lamb chops. I don't think that everybody knows who I am. I don't think that. But when you go to the door and they light up, their face lights up, and they go, oh, Louis, I know you, Lewis Schaffer. Yes, come right in. Yes, you're not the only people who know Lewis Schaffer, but you're mostly. The answer is Velikovsky. I just dropped the clothes on the floor. Well, that's the answer. The answer, it is Velikovsky. Joodles. It is. I don't remember Shari, but I love lamb chops too. And you had a pork chops and lamb chops. Claire, that's brilliant. Eat more meat. I'm cooking a chicken. It's going to take me an hour and a half plus 25 minutes, maybe. I'm going to have to see what I need to do. What about Papagiglio? What is Papagiglio? I don't even know what that is. I never even heard that before. Before we start today, Lewis, I just want to say a few short words. Pin, whip, That ought to do it. Please continue. Okay, very funny, Lud. Very funny, Lud. Yeah, she had a very cute lamb puppet, but why would you call them lamb chops? That's like about killing lambs and chopping them into pieces, which I believe you should do with respect. But it's like, if I was a lamb, I wouldn't want to be called lamb chops. But who is Papa Gilio? Who is Papa Gilio? I'm going to have to look up who Papa Gilio is. I'm going to look it up over here. I'm not going to let you see that I'm looking it up. Papa Gilio. Who is Papa Gilio? Am I pronouncing it right? Ant Breaking Bread. Surnames Gilio Papa. Roots in Italy. Originate from the word Gilio, meaning lily. Lily. Maybe one of you explain what it is. Topo. That guy. That was on American TV. Yes, Lewis. Maybe calling. He was on the same program that what's his name was on. That fantastic The Beatles was on that. Kate Quinn is here. Oh, I'm so happy to see Kate Quinn. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Kate Quinn. This is Beautiful Girl Hour of all fighting for the love of the men here, including Lewis Schaffer. Lewis Schaffer. No, it is. I don't. I think that's a later view that maybe sex was bad, and that God didn't want us to have sex. I don't think that that's the case. That isn't the case. I think the case is it's a plant-based thing. I'm not even sure that Velikovsky said that. Oh yes, it's Jules and Lud bath night. Oh, they're taking a bath. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Are you really going to take a bath? Can you send me video of it? Can you send me a video? Claire says, hello, Kate. Hello, Kate. Check out Pipkins, a trippy UK kids program. Porky Pig and Hartley Hare Octavio. I don't want to watch any kids shows. Be on a list for watching kids shows. Thank you, Julian. But Pipkins, remember that group? That was from like 1970 with that one guy who sang five. Gimme, 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 da 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 da. I think that's that song. I don't remember it from the time, but I do. I have seen a TV video about it. Lewis. We had meant U.S. TV shows, the Andy Williams show, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Yes, did you have that? You did have that. You had U.S. I'm glad you did. And then I think they stopped being aired. What happened? There was sometime they stopped airing the programs. I guess they didn't want to pay for them or something, or they wanted more money to produce their own shows. Joodles. Have you not read Genesis, Lewis? They were naked in the Garden of Eden until the slag Eve made him eat the apple. Then they had to wear clothes to cover their shame. It's absolutely about sex. I find food more important than sex at my age. You, at your young age, it's all about sex. With me, it's all about food. It's not all about food, obviously. Very interesting. Are you guys reading this and listening to what Judith says? I say, and it wasn't even an apple, really, because they didn't have apples back then. I mean, in Israel. The lamb spends its whole life fearing the wolf, yet get eaten by the shepherd. Lamb chops. Interesting. So it just pays to be nice to people in order to eat them. You're a bit late, Kate, because Catherine O'Hara died about 3 weeks ago or something. Did she not? She was so good in Schitt's Creek. I've never seen that show. I haven't heard really anything about it. I can make it all about sex, Lewis. I bet you can. There we go. That's good attitude, Claire. She's making it all about. I'm looking at you. Hi, Lewis. Sex and food is very related. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. It totally is, Joe. But didn't the serpent say, "Eat it"? Was she weak, or was this serpent coercive? I must think. I forgot all about that. I don't even remember what the whole story is. But they're going to ban the book. The Muslims are going to ban the book. They're going to say we don't need your Bible. We have the best bits, the only bits of the Bible. Good work, Lud. Can't wait. I'll make a cuppa and bring it up. Okay, they're all meeting up. Maybe we'll see some video on Discord. Everybody, it's a Saturday night. Can we all make sure we like the stream? Can we like the stream? That would be good. I mean, it's the Bible. It's the Bible. I think my view is that it's about food is a bit more reactionary, a bit more revolutionary, a bit more attention seeking. And it makes you think. And it's quite possible. Because, there are lots of animals that can't eat plants, like a cat. They can't really eat plants. Why can we eat plants? When did that happen? Velikovsky. Yeah, Joe, the devil made her do it, but she was still a filthy slagging, corrupted, poor wee, corrupting, that corrupted poor wee Adam. I would like to say this for the people who don't know Joodles. She is probably making a joke. She is probably making a joke about Eve being a slag. Probably. Well, the truth is that women, I'm going to say women. Eve made him eat the apple and the pits, and the pips contain cyanide. They do. But the thing about pips is if you don't chew them, what happens? If you don't chew them, you don't process them. You don't digest them. So you're right, Carrie. Don't eat the pits. But we eat tons of pits. All of seeds are pits. Nuts are pits. The whole world is filled with pits. Cats eat catnip and silver vine. And what happens then? They eat it for the drug effect. What is silver vine? I never heard of that, Carrie B. No, she died 7 days ago, yeah. Well, it can still be sad. Are you still thinking about her being sad? She looked really old towards the end. She looked really bad. She looked bad. I mean, she looked bad. But did the rib make her do it? As it came from him in the first place. More to think about, laugh out loud. The thing about the Bible is, and this is what Velikovsky says, a lot of the Bible was based on stuff that happened. Based on stuff that happened. Thank you, Claire. Gladys Knight loved her pips. Yeah, she did. There you go. Carrie B and the music. Carrie B loves the music. So, what's his name was there? I guess was Tommy. I heard that Tommy Robinson was there, wasn't there, was coming, wasn't coming, was there. So, what did Tommy Robinson say? Okay. Is this party now Tommy Robinson's party? Because maybe it has to be. Because what's his name was there? Ben Habib. And I saw Ben Habib speak, and I liked him. He seemed likable, and he was the right kind of leader who should be a leader. He loved England. He loved Britain. And that's what the country needs. What's going on? This is going all over the place. I need to sit still. I'm very up and down. So Tommy was there. Yeah. What did he say? I mean, I listened to Leo, and Leo made about 5 minutes of really funny jokes. Because Leo is really funny and a great guy. And then this other guy, this shaky guy came on, Richard Thompson. And he was nice enough, but I'm waiting for somebody to say something about that what needs to be done in a strong and forceful way. And he didn't say anything in a strong and forceful way. And then they introduced the guy who's running for Congress from the seat that what's his name was denied the ability to run. Joodles' washing is out, hovering done, plates washed, and the sofa now with you lovely people. There you go. She's with the lovely people, and the people are lovely. You are all lovely. Anyway, so the next guy came up was the guy who was the guy who's Andy Burnham, the guy who was denied running with Andy Burnham. Hold on a second. I'm gonna check the chicken to see because I can smell it. Maybe it's a bit hot. Everybody, go to the go subscribe to Lewis Schaffer. All right. Okay. The chicken. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, Advance UK supports Tommy. It's been said by members, and he supports Advance. Since the beginning, Rupert Lowe is doing a proper organ. You know what? That Richard Goodwin guy, I mean, he seemed like nice enough. I wasn't super impressed with him. You don't need to check the chicken for at least an hour and a half. Has he never cooked a chicken before? Is that a joke? Should I check it? I can't tell if you're kidding now, Joodles. Joodles, you need to get in the bath. Lud is waiting for you with his loofah. Got to be careful with the loofah. It can get very dirty. I'm not sure he's actually cooked anything before. I haven't. I've been here. I don't cook. The only time I cook is I take the eggs and I put them in a pan. And when the whites of the eggs are cooked, I take it out. Okay, I want the yellow bit uncooked. The beef, I cook it too. I don't cook it. I basically sear the outside and sear the inside, so I don't cook it. I'm not cooking. I'm feeding it Valium so we can eat it raw when it falls asleep. Lud says, "Yeah, I'd like to eat chicken raw, but you can. I've been, it's been sitting around. Who knows what's in it? And I don't know. I believe the lies that you can't eat chicken. There was a guy, I used to watch his videos during COVID, and he would eat the raw chicken. Every single day he'd go across like a Whole Foods type shop in California. He was a guy like me, and this was his thing. Nicholas Brown's speech was great. I didn't hear the speech. Anyway, so oh yeah, Claire, but I've forgotten my bikini. Can I borrow one of yours, Lud? Does Lud have a bikini? So, yeah, I'd be too nervous to eat undercooked chicken. Me too. Okay, me too. I mean, I don't eat chicken all the time. I mean, even though I had it today, I had chicken breast and a chicken drumstick at the chicken place by New Crossgate. Anyway, the point is that let me just make sure that I'm reading everybody's messages. Malcolm slept through the whole thing, Scott. I got a disgusted look at one point, hovering the living room, but soon he went back to sleep. All well. I love it. Be friends. Talk to each other. So Leo spoke. Then Richard Thompson. Goodwin, Richard Goodwin, Richard Thompson. I don't forget what the guy's name was. And then, the guy who was running for Andy Burnham, and I'm waiting for him to like this whole R gang thing. Isn't I mean, it's right. I know I'm going to get yelled at by Joodles. It's right, but it's not the main issue of the country. The main issue is that these people who are R-ganging don't feel a part of the country. They don't feel a part of the country because they're not a part of the country. And so you can't let more people who don't feel a part of the country into the country. I get that you can eat raw beef, Lewis, because it has texture. No, not just because it has texture. Chicken does not. It would be rank if you didn't preheat your oven. You generally give it 2 hours instead of an hour and a half. Seriously, okay. Well, that's what I was planning on doing. I was planning on, when this show is over, which is at 6:30, I was going to give it to 7, which is 2 hours. Right. Advance UK are wanting to ban cousin marriage, Nikwa and Burqa, and call to prayer. I agree with that. But I agree you also, you shouldn't let anybody who's anybody into the country, including myself. They were a bit loose in letting people come into the country. The people of the country and they kept on harping on free speech, free speech. It's like GB News, free speech. It's not a free speech issue. It's like, who do you want in the country? And do you want communism in the country? Howdy, says Caroline Cooper is here. I didn't stay for that. I didn't stay, Carrie B, for the blonde woman. I didn't stay. Caroline Cooper says, howdy, I don't eat chicken these days due to mass production, but I eat heaps of eggs. Yeah, I mean, chicken is not as great. Your bog standard chicken is not as great as it used to be, but it's still a lot better than lettuce and tomatoes. It's better than those things. It's better than those things. Matt Goodwin. Was that Matt Goodwin? I don't think that was Matt Goodwin. That wasn't Matt Goodwin. Matt Goodwin would have been a bit more interesting than him. I have mini earthenware crock pots, Elite Elixir says, that used to make a perfect 2 times egg affairs. They come out perfect after only 120 seconds and go in buns or toast burgers. Well, I'm not in favor of buns, and I'm not in favor of toast burgers, whatever that is. And it's only 2 eggs. I have 5 eggs every single day. Every single day. As if Lewis would stay to listen to a woman. I would if she was saying the right things. I would. Women can say the right things. Not the right things, interesting things. Interesting things. Jedster. But, I mean, I felt a bit claustrophobic. It was such a bright room. It was a bright room, and everybody was there, and the people. I don't know. The next line of attack is to spread them around the countries. The shires are too right. That's what Ron Smith says. It's like it is replacement. They don't want white people there. And what's his name said that a British person is diverse. Well, what if you're not diverse? Can I take it to Spain with me in a fortnight too, Lud? I promise not to swing the tassels too hard. You are very frisky today, Joodles. They should ban call to prayer. I damn sure Allah didn't say to get the loudspeakers out. No, he didn't. But, people are flexible in every religion. You have to stay to listen to her, to know what she's saying, the right things, Lewis. I didn't anticipate a woman coming up there. So I didn't leave when the woman was on. I left when the man was on. Okay? I walked out when the man was on. It wasn't even on. He was on a videotape thing. I mean, I expected, and maybe it was heading in this direction. I didn't get any sleep last night. And I was, and I'm worried. The truth is, I'm worried about my Tuesday stupid gig. Okay. Yeah, but we knew you'd run away after an hour or two. Yes, I would. I was there from 12:45 till about 2:30. I was there for 2 hours. You're right. Three movies. Yes, you have a dream. This is Lewis Schaffer. I have a dream of having sex with every single woman, but one woman is enough. After one woman, you think, okay, I've had enough. If you know what I mean, I shouldn't be talking like this. They are the best of the bunch, like Britain First 2 with Paul Golding. Islam is not flexible. Well, no religion is really flexible, but the Islam that's coming here is not flexible. Is not flexible. Is not flexible. I know you're teasing. No, I know you. I didn't think you were being angry at me or anything. I know you're teasing, Joodles, but it's true. Three movies. I don't want to sit there. I came. I didn't want to come. I did not want to come. I could have done other things, but I said I'm going to go to this thing because Leo invited me and it could help my business. It could help business. It could help business. It could help, maybe, or something. Something. I mean, you have to be out and about. And I have the past 6 months, I haven't been out and about. You've seen me, but it's only lately that things are happening. Too many things. And it really makes me, whatever, crazy. It was Richard Inman you're about. No, that wasn't his name. It was that Paul Thorpe on the video. He wasn't from Spain. Maybe it was. I left with the guy from the place that what's his name was not allowed to run. Andy Burnham. But I love it when you swing the tassels. The knitted wool might be too warm in Spain. Okay. I was at the advanced demonstration thing. Were any of you at the advanced demonstration thing? Why weren't you there? It was at a great big oldish 1930s church that's been renovated. It was really nice in Westminster. It was quite a nice place as usual. I got off at the wrong stop. I was so tired. Eva Vlad. I know I spelled her name wrong. I think it's the blonde woman. Oh, I could have heard her speak. I mean, maybe I should have stayed. Maybe it's the future. The future to me is somebody up there saying England first, no more immigration. Christianity first, no more Islam. That's what you need to hear. That's what the country needs to hear. Fight for England, fight for Britain, fight for Wales, Welsh, Northern Ireland. I was watching a bit of the advanced thing on the live stream. Wouldn't have thought you'd be there with the grifters, Lewis. Well, which is the grifters, grafters? The grafters are the hardworking people. I mean, I also felt uncomfortable. I'm not political that way. I'm not giving them my endorsement. I mean, I support the people there, but am I giving them my endorsement? Eva interviewed by Tucker Carlson last week saying she'd be banned from Britain. Yes, she was banned from Britain, and maybe I'll be kicked out of Britain. They could easily kick me out. They could be, Lewis, you will be great on Tuesday. Thank you, Claire. I don't know how it'll be great. I listened to Leo. He's got jokes. I used to have jokes. Now I've got at best a nice personality. I don't know who she is. I just know she's a blonde girl who spoke at Tommy Robinson, and they're not letting her into the country anymore. I was watching a bit of it. Yes. So hey, Seller. I didn't even say hello to Seller. Hello, Seller. I wouldn't have thought, but are they grifters? What makes them grifters? The truth is, what's his name has won. I hate to say it. Maybe I'm not on GB News because I wasn't supportive of Farage. It could have been something as stupid as that. Thank you, Carrie B. She was the first person that I thought of. Yeah, Vlad. Yeah. But is there room for another political party? Maybe we all need to suck up to Donald Trump. That's what, and just, I don't agree with Donald Trump all the time, but in order for Donald Trump to win, we all need to go with Donald Trump. And maybe for us to fight off the evil leftist globalists horde, we need to go with Tommy Robbins. Not Tommy Robinson. We need to go with Nigel Farage. Even though we like Tommy Robinson more, I supported advances. And you know what? You don't know if Nigel Farage is going to live. He's been drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, and he's got that look of somebody. He's younger than I am. He's young. I support Advance's policies. No doubt they followed the grift mob. Can't take Thorpe seriously after he legged it to Spain after Southport and deleted his channel in riots. I don't know. What happened there? Please explain more of that, Cellaire. Judel says, Lewis, you're only panicking because you haven't prepared. You have spent a couple of hours on this, or you'd be full of nervous energy. I have to spend a couple of hours nervous energy, and it will be a car crash. I'm only trying to help you. I know that. Yes, you're right. I need to spend. And I've got plenty of time. It's Tuesday. That's easily a few hours away. I know, exactly. But the point is, with stand-up comedy, with anything, you've got to do it all the time in order to be ready for these things. I have to remember that I've been a stand-up comic for almost 33 years, give or take, years that I've taken off. Okay? Yes, so you are right. We can't support this country's people, let alone Americans. We are doomed. We can't support this country's people, let alone Americans. We are. What does that mean? Am I the American? Who's the American? Don't forget, says Kermit, to like and subscribe. This show on Tuesday. I know what I need to do. I know. I'm not going to do it, though. I know what I need to do. I've been in situations like this where I'm not ready for it. And it will be a debacle, possibly a debacle. Or maybe it'll be absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've got 33 years of experience facing people, talking to people. I'll go up there and talk to people. I'll tell them. First of all, I'll have to tell them who I am, that I'm an internationally famous stand-up comedian, film supporting actor, TV pundit, recently seen on GB News. So I'm famous. And then I will say what is important to me. And I will read what Google said about Google. I think it was Google or Grok that said that this is. I'll say you people are my natural audience. That you should like me, which is why I haven't prepared. Why do people always use the word grifter when there's a proper nationalist gathering? I have to disagree. They all seem really nice. These people. They didn't seem like grifters to me. The people across the street who were protesting, they seemed like grifters. I don't know how you can cope with that, with it being a coin toss, whether it's horrible or amazing. You can still control the outcome. Yes, it is. Yes, I don't know how I can do that. Maybe that's what makes me the best comic in the world, or in Britain, or in London, or somewhere else. That's what will make it amazing. It's a coin toss. But it is possible that something amazing will come out of it. I was in the front row last time you did the backyard gig, the same night as Mark Nolan. I loved it. I was unprepared for that too. Thank you, Lud, for being there. Yeah. I'm going to say what is important on my mind, which is you people have to love me. America will balkanize eventually Just like most European countries, Lewis, rampant immigration has gone too far now. Yes, it will balkanize. It will. Well, what continent was Balkan in? Was the Balkans? They're in Europe, almost Europe. They were once a Christian area, and then they got taken over. They got taken over. I don't know how you will cope with that. Okay, says Jules. I will cope with it. Caroline Cooper. Not Nigel Farage is a fake, according to Claire. Yes, possibly, but maybe not. He's the hope that we have. He's the hope that we have. He's the hope that he wants to be great for Britain, not just elected prime minister. He wants to be great for Britain. It's like Donald Trump. He wants to be great. He wants to be great. Claire, you can disagree. Don't change the fact that Thorpe is a coward. Who is this Thorpe guy? Well, hundreds went to jail. He legged it to Spain and deleted his YouTube channel. Crapped his knickers. I mean, you can't hate someone for crapping on their knickers because the world is quite scary. Who is Thorpe? I don't know. Should I Google that name? Just want to see you, Lewis, because we love you. We just want to see you because we love you. In your suit, being funny. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why people like stand-up comedy. Joodles. I'm going to explain to you why. Is because it's the number one fear. I'm taking my socks off. It's the number one fear that humans have is fear of, it's the fear of public speaking, of being exposed in public. That's why comedians are paid top dollar, because it is so possibly humiliating. The audience is sitting there in fear for this guy, in fear that I hope this guy's funny. I hope this guy doesn't crumble. The first guy on the show after Leo, he was sort of very nervous. And people don't like to see a nervous guy. They don't like to see it, but they know how nerve-wracking public speaking is. And that's why people like to see me, because because they can see my nerves. They can see me overcome the fears. Overcoming fears. Yeah. Nigel Farage is our only hope, says Alex. I think you might be right. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's the only hope. Maybe the hope is he gets elected. And then he does what he needs to do, which is like Donald Trump. Call the Marines in to block the borders. Call whatever the immigration police is and get people out of the country. He's a fake savior, says Claire. He sold out. He's an ex-banker. Well, everybody has to be an ex-something. I'm an ex, whatever I've done for a living. Okay. I bet all my wages on it. That doesn't make you right, Claire. I could bet my wages on it. People are being yes. Yeah, maybe you're right. They are being conned. But maybe there's a hope he's not. Maybe it'll be like, what's that? What's the, what's the movie with a guy just is a loser and he becomes a winner, whatever movies those are. He's our only hope. If he's our only hope, Judel says, we're effed. We're effed. Yes, we're effed. Yes, but yes. Yeah, we're effed. There is a lot of money in fake patriotism. Just be careful who you donate to. A good many causes out there without donating to SPIV, says Cellaire. Yeah, there's good causes. There's good causes. I mean, there's a story about a guy. I heard this when I was a kid, about a religious leader who was taking the Jews out of the Ukraine, my people, out of the Ukraine, to go to Israel. And he took them to, there were like 100,000 of them marching across. And it was wasn't as easy as it used to be. This is like in the 1300s, 1200s, 10, something like that. And he gets into Turkey. And once he's in Turkey, he converts to Islam, and basically dumps the people in Turkey. I don't know what that is, but there are always going to be people like that. When was the last time? When I say the last time at the backyard, I think it was American finance guy Roger was there. Okay, yeah, Roger. He's the one who's doing the headliners on the whatchamacallit. Thank you, Caroline Cooper, for saying that. So you could always be. I mean, this is one of the things that turned me against politics is just the lies. I remember, the lies. Well, that's not true. How many more effed can we get? Yes, it's not perfect, but he has a known party, and he could win. Was Farage a banker? I think not. I think not. Well, what do you mean by that, Caroline Cooper? I think Nick DeSanto was on that night too. I've been so many times I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember all the nights that I'm on. I did a couple of good shows there and a couple of all right shows. Yes, Alex, and he will likely win Joodles. Speaking to Alex, hopefully Farage resigns at that point and leaves to someone who does actually care. Well, who is that? Who is that? It's his party. You know what I mean? It's his party, and that's the mistake. That's the problem with the whatchamacallit, with the parliamentary system in this country. That was the start of the Khazarian Empire, Lewis. I think the 6th century, their leader was given a choice of religions, and he chose Judaism. No, this is something else. This is the guy who chose Islam. He was a Jew, and he chose Islam. I know that. I know a little bit about that, and not much about that. Actually, I don't know anything about that. Khazarianism. I think Farage will hand it over to Jenrick. You basically be voted for the conservatives. You don't get when Kemi took the leadership. Yeah, well, probably if I were a businessman, I'd want to take over the Conservative Party. They've got all the mailing lists. They get all the money if they have any money. They've got all the buildings. It's like when I went to the Liberal Democrats offices right by London Bridge train station, a huge building. It was amazing. And then a few years later, yeah, they were Turkic, Lewis, yes. So Warmelian is here. I didn't say hello to Warmelian. Hello, Warmelian. So while we're here, make sure we like the stream. Let's like the stream if we can. Everybody, let's like this. Let's like the stream. Jenrick's an absolute clown. They're all effing clowns. Well, politicians are effing clowns. But if we pray, let us pray. Let us pray. Let us pray that a leader will come. I'm no hero, that's understood. Da-da-da-da, beneath that golden wood. I'm waiting for da-da-da-da-da-da to save you. The Bruce Springsteen song. What is the Bruce Springsteen song? He's a banker, Caroline, says Claire, some kind of financial advisor. So what? You can be anything. I used to sell advertising space. I did lots of horrible things. He's not a man of the people like some folks. Reform is way too staged. There wouldn't be reform if not for BH. Who is BH? What does BH mean? What is BH? Well, I'm not a fan of any political parties, Warmelian says. I hope Rupert Lowe put something together before the election. It's so hard to put a political party together, and and political. Maybe they don't want us to all. Why am I fighting for Nigel Farage when he's basically possibly kicked me off of GB News? It's quite possible he's kicked me off. It's too far for me, Carolina. A school now. Okay. It is too far. It's too far. You don't have to come. You don't have to come. But it'd be nice to see you. Advance should have stayed as a pressure group on reform. Becoming a party and splitting the vote was a bad idea, says Tricky Bacon. Yes, we can't split the vote. We've got to scare these people. We've got to stop them. We've got to make them call in the army to stop the people. And we've got to say Britain for British people. I brought a new packet, Lud, on my way now. Joodles is coming over to Lud. I thought about it very much, says Joe, but too expensive. Not that Lewis isn't worth it. Okay. Sophia Wensler. Yeah, she's beautiful. She was really beautiful. I think she's had a baby. They were lots of nice people working there, kind of, sort of. Yes, they were nice people. Why isn't Lewis there? Lewis is not there because I am a loose cannon. I'm a loose cannon, she says. If you want to, why am I trying to convince you? I don't know you convince me. You convince me that you can have two parties. Right now, the Labor, Reform or the Conservatives would have won in that recent thing in North Somerset. Would have won, but they split the vote. I think Farage was a traitor. He's extremely knowledgeable and on the ball. Well, yeah, traitor. Well, so was Jeffrey Epstein wasn't, but we can only can we really call Sophia a MILF now? She looks 20 years old. I don't know how old she is. She's in her early 30s, probably. She's lovely. She's in her early 30s, possibly. Maybe she's younger. You got to be careful. I got to be careful. So sad how Lowe and Habib were treated by Farage. That's true too. It's unnecessary. You should get along, say you're totally needed, and make them. This is how political parties grow, by bringing people in, not by kicking them out. If the far left are divided, it means we can have one solid party in opposition. Yes, says MJ Tiger Fang. That's exactly right. That's what should happen. Ben Habib, not kebab. I had a kebab last night. It was wrong of me. I had a chicken kebab in the old really dirty, disgusting kebab shop that I used to go to. That's now clean and nice on Peck. It's called Beirut Kebab. I'm not saying I recommend it, but I enjoyed it. I've only been back once. I used to go there all the time when it was a bit dumpy, and now it's not dumpy. Lud, the diet starts right now. It has to start right now. Basically, that's what we've got to do. It's got to start right now. Lud. Reform is just the new Tories under another name. It's a joke, in my opinion. I think people who are part of Reform are not. I want to move away from the Tories. So I don't think they're the new Tories. What do you think? Do you think they're the new Tories? Our McDonald's are nice. They're only half the price of what KFC costs. KFC is too pricey. That is true too. I don't even know why they are so pricey. KFC. I go to the Morley's where I am, and the chicken place. I forgot what the chicken place right by the train station in New Cross Gate is. But I got 2 pieces of chicken for £3.50, and they're big pieces of chicken. If Sophia Wesley went to uni straight from school, she was born in 1995. Sophia it's not Wensley. It's not Wensley. How do you know that, Joodles? How does Joodles know that? I'll just okay. Kebab is my favorite takeaway. I mean, it has. You know what? I didn't even. I'm bad because I didn't even put it in. I didn't even put it in my in my dieting app. I should have put it in my dieting app. I should have put in my dieting app. Wensler phones. The phone changed it. Okay. Martin Lewis exposed in the Epstein files. What does it mean, exposed? If anybody wants to know about how smart Jews are, we're not talking about Jews anymore, but just watch Steve Bannon interviewing Jeffrey E. Watch him interviewing Jeffrey E. And you'll see what an absolute idiot and a fool Jeffrey E is. You'll see. You'll see. He's a complete and utter fantasist. He is one of the stupider people that I've ever seen. The difference between me and these people, I'm no genius, okay? But I wouldn't let somebody say, Lewis, you're one of the smartest people in the world. I would go, shut the F up. How do we know I'm the smartest person in the world? And even if I were the smartest person in the world, could not allow you to allow you to say that without saying that that's absolute crap. Sophia Wensler is amazingly beautiful. Yes, she is beautiful. There's quite a couple of girls there that were just really lovely, and she struck me as a nice person too. I know because I looked on LinkedIn, and she went to Cardiff Uni in 2003. Okay, so she was, let's say, so she was 19 or 18 in 2013. So that's 31 years old, right? That was my guess. My guess was early 30s. So do I get any points for that? Bloody hell, Lud. I've gone 3 weeks without a bath because of your floods and accidents and fires, and I'm still going to be stinky because of your enormous toes. But I'll let you hold my ladder. There's some weird love thing going on that I have completely missed and I'm not paying attention to. What is about the weather gals getting pregnant? Can't the producers leave them alone? I don't know. I don't even know who they're. I mean, it's good that they're getting married. It's good. Maybe it's a return to people getting married in this country and having kids. Maybe it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now Tiger Fang comes in and says this. He was an idiot, true, but he had the opinion of his own intelligence that went a lot above his intelligence. And the interviewer did mock him on it when he started boasting. Okay, I didn't see that part. I didn't. Steve Bannon, I thought, was a horrible interviewer. He was an idiot. Yes, he struck me as being actually dumb, like D-U-M. And number two, uneducated. And for a Jew, that's a really big mistake. You know? So, how people could think that this guy ran the world. He was a very basic, hardworking blackmailer and pervert. Okay? So thank you for that, MJ Tiger Fang. Judah sleeps naked but bathes in her bikini, says Alex. There we go. We're getting dirty again. I like when the show is dirty. Well, a lady has to retain her modesty in the company of gentlemen, making joke. Lamb shish kebab. Yeah, that's some lamb shish kebab. But only real lamb shish kebab and not that ground up beef thing. It's got to be actual pieces of lamb. Maybe they can't do it anymore. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. So Thorpe sells watches, says Carrie B. Let me look up who this Thorpe guy is. Thorpe sells watches. Who is Thorpe? Refers to either Jamie Thorpe, a convicted con man who sold fake watches, Ludgate watches, and failed bankruptcy restrictions, Or Paul Thorpe, a well-known watch dealer and YouTuber, now focuses on community and education rather than selling direct. Jamie Thorpe is a criminal was a criminal selling fakes, while Paul Thorpe is a respected dealer discussing industry and selling. Con man Jamie Thorpe, I never heard of this guy, made $695,000 selling fake Rolexes. Yeah. Some of those watches are like as good as the real ones. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. Alex says Sophia Hill is another beauty ginger. I don't know who that is. Okay. I've not enjoyed kebab and I've not enjoyed kebab. So you don't like Scott Elite Elixir doesn't like kebab. Okay. Lewis, I remember seeing Jimmy Carr's first gig. He was awful. The audience booed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes work to be a real stand-up comedian. Honest to God, no one goes on stage and is funny the first 1,000 times or 100 times, 1,000 times. I mean, who knows? I've performed thousands of times. Thousands. I'll go back downstairs and get it, Lud. Okay, you guys talk amongst yourself. Thorpe taking flack because he's relocated to Spain. What's the name of that Thorpe? I will look up that Thorpe. I will the water. Okay, I will look up what is the name of the Thorpe that left for Spain, and what is his story? What is his story? The truth is, when things don't go well, people are going to remember. Oh, remember the time that the national, that the Reform did not get along with Advance, and they were the same team. It's not Jeremy Thorpe. I remember that movie. I saw it. I know all about it. I think the Scouser was he just got up. He just got up on an open mic night, and people laughed. So he became a stand-up. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's what's his name? That's Peter. What's his name? Peter K. Peter K. Lots of people that happens the first time. But then you perform in front of an audience that isn't your home fans with your family there, or isn't people who know you. And also, a lot of these guys who are stand-up comics, including myself, tried to be funny for years and years and years. Who is the Thorpe that we're talking about? No, the Liverpool guy who had a proper job. Yeah, because a lot of these comedians, they practiced being funny. I practiced being funny. I didn't even know I was practicing being funny. But people found me funny. And I remember before I even started stand-up comedy, I went to the Dale Carnegie course, and I was told, you're trying to be funny. And I go, how am I trying to be funny? And they said, you're trying to be funny. Is his name Paul Thorpe? Okay, let's look at Paul Thorpe. Let's look at Paul Thorpe. Who is Paul Thorpe? UK's leading independent watch dealers. Is that who you're talking about? Paul Thorpe. Is that him? I don't know who you're talking about. Thorpe had a watch YouTube channel, then jumped off on the grift of nationalism. Okay, nowhere to be seen all through COVID. Only until 2003 he jumped back on. So he took a break. COVID was bad times. That's John Bishop. Yeah, John Bishop. You have to remember something about John Bishop too. You have to remember this. The top comedians were top people in other fields, like John Bishop or Jimmy Carr or or Tim Vine. These are top people in other fields. Lewis Schaffer was a failure in everything that he did. So you can't expect me to become a success at stand-up comedy. John Bishop got up one night and talked about his divorce. And it was funny, of course. Yeah, it can happen. You could be funny the first time, and you could be funny the second time. But no comedian is funny every single time until later on. I remember when I started comedy, whatever, forget about me. You've seen it. You've seen comedians. They're not, they're not funny 2 or 3 times in a row until years later, until you can see it. Until you can see it. My screen is now black. Why is the screen now black? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Doodles, I got a message. Thank you very much. Could you hear what I was saying? That's John Bishop. John Bishop got, yes, okay. He is talented. You are referring to John Bishop. It's also, you have to remember something about John Bishop. He was a professional salesperson. A salesperson. And he got his wife back. That's a nice story. But it's also a story that he was naturally funny. British people, you people want to believe people are born funny, looks funny, naturally funny. It takes work. It takes work to be funny. And Jimmy Carr has become funnier. He's become funnier. He's put such hard work into it. God bless that guy. God bless Jimmy Carr. Okay, yes, we heard you. What did I say? John Bishop is a lovely story. Lovely story, basically. So make sure, let me just do an ad. Oh, we're almost out of time. How are we almost out of time? That's like shocking that we're almost out of time. Let's do a plug. I don't know. I don't like asking for money. I don't like it, but it keeps the thing going. We cannot criticize comedians, men on Epstein's Island, Jews, men, beef, eggs, men, cheese, men. You can't criticize Jews, especially with me here, Joodles. You can criticize comedians. I criticize comedians. Who says I can't criticize comedians? You could say, I don't like that guy. You can't, you can't say, because it's so hard to be a comedian. So you have to say, what do you have to say? You got to say, he doesn't make me laugh, basically. Is the screen still black? I hope it's not black. Okay, everybody, can we do a couple of things? Can we all go to Lewis Schaffer? Make sure we're on Twitter. Can we all maybe make a contribution to Ko-fi to keep it going? It keeps Lewis Schaffer in the game. It's not. I think buying a coffee or 2 coffees a month, 3 coffees, I really do appreciate it. Okay, it takes work to be like me being this thing. We've gotten better here. We don't have the same audience we had the first few months. Why don't we have the same audience? Because it was not as interesting, and people who liked it or who like each other are still here. Okay, I pressed something. I turned it off. Is the screen still black? It doesn't look black to me. Is the screen? Can you see me? Just tell me you can see me. So it's important that we can. It would be nice if you contribute. Go to PayPal at me, Lewis Schaffer, or go to Patreon at Lewis Schaffer, or Ko-fi, ko-fi.com. Okay. It's the only occupation that requires work. Every occupation requires work. But what are you saying? You want to get into an argument with you who hates arguments, Joodles. But you want, I said something about, what did I say? What was the only, I said salesperson. I said being a salesperson is the only honest field because you're actually measured by money. by how much people are willing to give you money. And you can actually see who's the best one. Even stand-up comedy. You could be the funniest comedian all over the place, but you won't get on TV because the people on TV are afraid of you. Lewis Schaffer. Thank you, Kermit. I'm going to read off everybody's name who's contributed to this thing, and thank you. And then if I haven't mentioned your name because you're not on this list, that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you haven't participated in this a lot. But Mr. Cuff is at 20. Just tell me afterwards, right in the bottom, and say you haven't mentioned my name after I've gotten to one. Mr. Steve Cuff is here. Alex is 19. Kate Quinn, beautiful Kate Quinn. There's Caroline Cooper, how beautiful. 17. MJ Tigerfang, 16. Julian is at 15. The Jedster is at 14. Ron Smith is at 13. Warmelian is at 12. Streaky Bacon is at 11. Celer et Ordax is at 10. John Van Dam is at 9. Ludd, always great to see you there, is at 8. Joe Warrior Princess is at 7. Carrie B, Blue Sky Carrie B is there. It's 6. Elite Elixir is 5. Joodles is 4. She's been like number 1 for a long time, but she's 4, and she's been an incredible participant. Alex Rubin, good to see you. Love to see the Jewish star there. Love to see you. 3. Claire. There's Claire. Thank you, Claire. And then number 1 is Hi-Ho Kermit, deservedly so. So a round of applause for Hi-Ho Kermit. Round of applause for everybody who's watching. A round of applause. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to everybody to either write down your name if I haven't seen your name, if I haven't said your name and given you a thank you, because you're important to me. I've only read 20 names, and they're at the top of the list here. There's been I'm not going to say how many people there's been, but you can tell me, your name, and I'll thank you, and I will thank you, and I'll thank you. Okay, and I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go here, and we're going to go to the analytics, and we're going to see what the largest number of people have been in here. Is that right? No. What is the number? I didn't. Could you tell me the number again? Who the winner is? Okay, I'm reading the numbers here. But only a few people have written the numbers in. Elixir and Andrew and Hi-Ho Kermit. No. And Joodles and Streaky Bacon. Incredible. Okay. Write down the number. Take a guess, everybody. Streaky Bacon is 27. Okay, that's amazing. Let me just see I want to look and just see. I'm trying to figure out, to get the idea of who. This thing is so hard to read. Oh, there we go. There we got the entire thing. Okay, really amazing how consistent we are. That's really great. We're not losing anybody at the end. We're basically going up all together. And the winner for tonight's show, are you all going to say who the winner is? I'm going to tell you who the winner is. Don't worry. Hold on. I'm just doing a little paperwork back here. And the winner at 30 is Joodles. Joodles was the top performer almost all the time, and she got 30. So a round of applause. Peter Dlin Collecting. Good to see you, Peter Dlin. Thank you for coming in. Jedster, thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Caroline Cooper. Well done, Joodles. Well done. Well done. I appreciate this tremendously. Okay? I appreciate all the participants we have here. I will see you tonight at 10:30. I hope you can come tonight at 10:30. I'm pretty sure I'll be there at 10:30. I hope I have the energy to be there at 10:30. It's Saturday night at 10:30. Don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. I'd like to thank my fans. Joodles is thanking everybody. Thank you. What about thanking Lewis Schaffer, Joodles? How about Lewis Schaffer? I'm the man in black today. Yeah, Peter. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm the man in black. Air at Audax. Did I give you a thank you? You know, go to the clubs. That's what I need to be. I need to go to the clubs and practice the thing. It's going to be an amazing experience. This is the first day of my trip back to stand-up comedy. The 10:30 show. We will see you at 10:30. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the thank you. Thank you. Chicken. Forgot the chicken. All right. I will see you tonight. I'm saying goodbye. I'd like to thank Lewis Schaffer for providing the platform for this illustrious achievement. That's exactly right. You got to thank everybody. And thank you very much. I want to thank you for being here, Joodles. We'll see you at 10:30, everybody.